and look up all the interviews that Jeff Rense has with a gentleman by the name of Tim Rifat, R-I-F-A-T. Mr. Rifat's an English gentleman. He is an expert in the black magic rituals that our masters practice, and he is someone you really need to listen to. Again, you come to me for fast food, you get 20 minutes of info a day, scares you to death, you can then go to work. When you go to Rense.com and look at the website that Jeff Rense has created over the last Lord knows how many years, you're going to get a 4-year education. Just go there every day. You're going to get the who, what, where, when, why, and how down to the most minute detail. You will not miss anything. Fast food, you come to me. Real education, you go to Rense.com. So anyway, after our masters perform their black magic ritual over our burnt corpses after they've used their harp stations to incinerate all life on the surface of the earth, their concept is that Satan will then return to earth and then takes the throne of the earth. Now, where Jesus or Buddha or Muhammad is at that moment, I have no idea. So what does all of that have to do with empty cities? I mean, what are empty cities anyway? Am I talking about towns that have been lived in and then abandoned because, there's no work, there's a recession, they close the factory? What is it? What's an empty city? The answer to all those questions is no. What I'm talking about are brand new state-of-the-art cities, especially in the Middle East and in Africa, that have been built by the masters for a very specific purpose. And I mean, these are luxury cities, shopping malls, nightclubs, parks, high-rise apartments. Everything is fully furnished. No expense has been spared. These things are like amazing. And they're completely empty. Never been lived in. Not one soul has ever lived in any of these mega cities. Brand new, empty. Now, do I mean that no one wants to live there? No. I mean that these amazing, modern, new, clean, sparkling, bright cities are not meant to be lived in. At least not by any of us. And as always, this is something you can check for yourselves. Go online and look for keywords like modern empty cities. I think one of them is called Sun City, and I think it's in Africa. But again, go look for yourself. A little intuitive thinking there, and you will find pictures and articles about these vast empty cities. I mean, I know a German family who came back from the Middle East with pictures of one of these cities completely empty. Modern, state-of-the-art, brand new, breathtaking, beautiful, empty. Why? Well, you see, as part of a black magic ritual to call forth demons being living beings without bodies, and in this case, not nice folk, under the black magic ritual, you need to provide them with a physical space in which they can inhabit this world. A night, an apartment. Exactly. And of course, the more posh, the better, because you're trying to impress them. Because to call back Satan to sit on the throne of the earth, you need to make provisions for his servants. It seems that even Satan travels with an entourage. So in a black magic ritual, you must provide a physical home for the spirits, the demons, that service Satan to reside in. And as usual, when we talk about these things, it gets even more bizarre eventually. You then, after you provide the demons with a place to live, a posh, elegant apartment, you then have to provide them with a living body to inhabit, so they can experience this world, this reality, and all that goes with it. Seem that some of these demons have been without bodies for a long time, or they come from a totally different dimension, and only their spirits can travel here. And so they want to experience physical sensations that we take for granted. Now, of course, our friends at the CIA have ways of doing this. They've been, as I say, they've been making clones since the 1930s with the Star of David. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It would be King Solomon's seal. Yes, King Solomon's seal. I take that back. So they've been making clones with King Solomon's seal, his magic, since the 1930s. And it's very easy to make or grow a body without a consciousness, or if there is one, you can destroy it. They also make robots that look very, very human, also made out of meat, but actually are physically put together, which is sort of disgusting. So, again, what do psychic super soldiers and empty cities have to do with one another? Everything. The empty cities, worth billions and billions of dollars to build and even more to maintain, are deliberately kept empty. The super soldier who is psychic can sense the presence of and probably has defenses against demons, creatures without bodies that can nonetheless attack and kill the living. Which again, of course, gets us back to the great work. Now, the smart masters, as we've talked about in previous episodes, have gone into their underground cities, their megatropolises, with all their specially bred human slaves, and are preparing to incinerate the earth with the harp stations, during which time they'll perform the black magic ritual that will call their god back to the throne of earth. And all of this is going to be done before the dead brown dwarf star comes and flips the earth end for end, so they're probably really busy right now. In the meantime, the moron masters, whom we talked about before, are all starting a civil war on the surface of the earth in the United States, in the Middle East, and they're using Facebook and Twitter. Can you imagine? Social engineering sites actually socially engineering us. What a concept. So they're giving the cattle, you and me, the illusion that we are thinking for ourselves. All the while they're robbing us of what little we have left in the world. And so the earth burns. 7 million cattle are incinerated, along with plants, animals, birds, trees, all of us burnt to death. At which point Satan sits in the throne of earth, while his demons inhabit human cities waiting for their final reward, living human bodies to inhabit. But what about the rest of the great work? Because according to the master's plan, Satan now has to be thrown down, so that our masters can take his place, assume the throne of earth, and make themselves gods. Okay, so who's going to kill Satan? Right about now, you probably need a whole lot of, psychic super soldiers, humans, clones, who have been programmed to kill a god, while avoiding his demon army, which, if I'm guessing correctly, will actually be trapped in those really fancy brand new cities that were built just for them. Cities not built as homes, but instead cities built as traps for demons. How do you trap a demon? Well, you'd be surprised, but it is possible. Another time. And so that leaves poor old Satan alone and vulnerable. And with the harp shield still in place, theoretically, it might even trap the Prince of Darkness here on Earth too. And psychic super soldiers, I doubt we could do much to kill a god, but what do the masters think? I have no idea. I don't know about you, but there does come a point in time, when you just don't want to think anymore. But what the heck? We'll try it all again tomorrow. Always enjoy chatting with y'all. So tomorrow, let's see what else we can figure out together. But please, as always, have a plan. Whether it's surviving the dead brown dwarf star or surviving the master's war against their own god, have a plan for yourself and for those that you love. And of course, as you know, we here at the 2012 Fad, we have a plan, and it's called The Village. And if you happen to have lots of cash, you're welcome to join us, because frankly, cash, and a little planning, is the only thing that's going to save us now. For all of us here at the 2012fad.com, this is Charlie Bluehawk, wishing you a really good day, and reminding you, please keep that one good thought.